Hello everyone, and welcome to today's lecture on using evidence and supporting arguments in research. In any academic or research paper, the ability to effectively present and support your ideas is crucial. Today, we're going to explore two key elements that can significantly enhance your writing. Using evidence, how to incorporate and present supporting information, and constructing strong arguments, the art of building persuasive reasoning. Mastering these skills will make your research more credible, your arguments more compelling, and your writing much more impactful for your readers. Let's begin with the importance of using evidence. In research writing, evidence serves as the foundation upon which we build our arguments and conclusions. It's not just about presenting facts. It's about how we integrate those facts into our narrative to support our claims and ideas. Effective use of evidence demonstrates the depth of your research and the validity of your arguments. More formally, evidence in academic writing can be defined as information that supports the validity of a claim or assertion, as noted by Booth, Collum, and Williams in their book The Craft of Research. The term supports here is crucial, as evidence should not just be related to your topic, but should directly reinforce your arguments. Ultimately, incorporating evidence means connecting your ideas to concrete data, examples, or expert opinions that give weight to your assertions. When do we use evidence in our writing? Well, there are several key moments. First, when introducing a new concept or claim, evidence can provide context and establish credibility. Second, when challenging existing ideas or presenting controversial viewpoints, evidence becomes crucial in supporting your position. Lastly, when drawing conclusions or making recommendations, evidence helps justify your reasoning and persuade your readers. Now, let's discuss some common ways to incorporate evidence into your writing. One method is direct quotations, where you use the exact words from a source. For example, if you're writing about climate change, you might quote a renowned scientist saying, "The evidence for rapid climate change is compelling." Another approach is paraphrasing, where you restate the information in your own words while maintaining the original meaning. You could paraphrase the same quote as, "Leading climate scientists assert that there's strong evidence supporting the rapid pace of climate change." Statistics and data are also powerful forms of evidence. For instance, you might write, "According to the World Health Organization, global life expectancy increased by 5.5 years between 2000 and 2016. This kind of concrete data can lend significant weight to your arguments. When it comes to using evidence in literature reviews, it's important to not just present information, but to critically engage with it. Take control of the text and lead the reader through your analysis. Make your position clear relative to the source material and draw explicit connections to your own research. For example, after presenting evidence from multiple studies on a topic, you might write, "While these studies provide valuable insights, they overlook the crucial factor of X, which my research aims to address." Moving on to constructing strong arguments. This is where we take our evidence and weave it into a compelling narrative. A well-constructed argument is the backbone of persuasive academic writing. It's not just about stating your position. It's about presenting it in a logical, coherent manner that convinces your reader of its validity. The structure of a strong argument typically includes several key components. First, you need a clear thesis or claim. This is the main point you're trying to prove. For example, renewable energy sources are crucial for combating climate change. Next, you provide reasons that support this claim. You might argue that renewable energy reduces greenhouse gas emissions, is becoming increasingly cost-effective, and promotes energy independence. Following your reasons, you present evidence to support each of these points. This is where your research comes in. You might cite studies showing the reduction in emissions, from countries with high renewable energy adoption, present data on the falling costs of solar and wind power, and provide examples of countries that have reduced their dependence on fossil fuel imports through renewable energy. It's also important to address potential counterarguments. This shows that you've considered different perspectives and strengthens your overall argument. For instance, you might acknowledge the intermittency issues with some renewable sources, but then present evidence of advancing storage technologies that are addressing this problem. Finally, you conclude by restating your main claim and summarizing how your reasons and evidence support it. This reinforces your argument and leaves a lasting impression on your reader. Now, let's talk about paragraph structure, which is crucial for presenting your arguments clearly and coherently. A well-structured paragraph helps readers understand your main ideas and the relationships between them. It enhances the overall organization and readability of your work and allows you to present information concisely and effectively. When constructing paragraphs, start with a clear topic sentence that introduces the main idea. For example, renewable energy sources have seen significant technological advancements in recent years. This sentence is concise, specific, and connects to the broader thesis about the importance of renewable energy. Following the topic sentence, provide supporting details. These should include evidence, examples, or explanations that develop your idea logically. Be comprehensive but selective. Include enough information to support your point, but avoid overwhelming the reader with excessive detail. In our renewable energy example, you might discuss improvements in solar panel efficiency, advancements in wind turbine design, and breakthroughs in energy storage technology. End your paragraph with a concluding sentence that summarizes the main point and potentially links to the next paragraph. For instance, these technological improvements have made renewable energy increasingly viable and cost competitive with traditional fossil fuels. This sentence wraps up the paragraph's main idea and sets the stage for a potential discussion on economic aspects in the next paragraph. As for paragraph length, aim for about 3 to 5 sentences. This is typically enough to fully develop an idea without losing the reader's attention. However, remember that this is a guideline, not a strict rule. The most important thing is that each paragraph presents a clear, cohesive idea. Effectively linking paragraphs and ideas is another crucial aspect of strong academic writing. Good linkage maintains a cohesive flow throughout your paper and helps readers understand the connections between different ideas. There are several methods you can use to achieve this. Transitional words and phrases are one of the most common and effective linking tools. Words like however, similarly, furthermore, and consequently indicate relationships between ideas. For example, renewable energy sources are becoming more efficient. However, challenges in energy storage still need to be addressed. This transition clearly shows a shift from a positive aspect to a challenge. Pronouns and referencing can also create links between sentences and paragraphs. Using words like it, this, or that to refer back to previously mentioned concepts helps maintain continuity. For instance, solar power has seen rapid growth in recent years. This growth has been driven by falling costs and improved technology. Repetition of keywords or phrases is another effective linking technique. By repeating a key term from the end of one paragraph at the start of the next, you create a clear connection. For example, you might end a paragraph with leading to increased adoption of renewable energy. The next paragraph could then begin, this increased adoption of renewable energy has had significant economic impacts. Logical progression is also crucial for effective linking. Present your information in a sensible sequence, whether that's chronological, from general to specific, or in order of importance. This natural flow helps the reader follow your argument more easily. Signaling words and phrases like firstly, secondly, and finally can guide the reader through your argument, especially when presenting a series of points. For example, renewable energy offers several advantages. Firstly, it reduces greenhouse gas emissions. Secondly, it promotes energy independence. Finally, it creates new job opportunities. When adding your own voice to a literature review, there are several strategies you can employ. You can make unattributed assertions followed by support from citations, explicitly connect ideas from different sources, or provide summaries and evaluations of source texts. For instance, you might write, while Smith 2019 argues X, Jones 2020 presents a compelling counterargument. My research suggests that a middle ground between these positions is most accurate. In conclusion, effective use of evidence and strong argument construction are fundamental to persuasive academic writing. By mastering these skills, from incorporating various types of evidence to structuring clear, well-linked paragraphs, you can elevate your writing from simply presenting information to actively engaging with and convincing your reader. Remember, good academic writing is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Thank you for your attention, and I hope these techniques will help you in your future research and writing endeavors.